Hello, it's the one and only guy Johnny, aka Coach Johnny, and you're here with 5D Attraction. So in this video, this is a big one here, and this one is really gonna be about, being pursued. She should chase you, and this is a very big topic. A lot of people say it, but they don't really give you a good answer from what I've seen. So I really want to just touch on this because this page is called 5D Attraction. And when we talk about attraction, it's about bringing them to you. It's about being the object of desire. And I think as a man, women position themselves as the object of desire and we pursue. So the art of understanding attraction and getting a woman to chase you is you embracing the energy, is embracing feminine energy, is you embracing the energy of the cat versus being the dog. Now, what I would say is if you want to have a lot of women in your life, I would suggest that you move towards masculine energy and approach as many women as possible if you're building with no women in your life. But that's the lower stage, that's where you build from. That's not where you end up. When we talk about attraction and have a woman chase you, this is the other side of the coin. And this is where you want to ultimately be. Now, for some people, they think it's going to be money. I remember days going out, coming from the bars or the clubs, and my homies is like, man, my homies back then, they like, man, when we get this money, bro, we gonna do, we just gotta get this money, and then we gonna get these girls, and it's like, nah, bro, it's like, it's not about the money. The money plays a role for sure. You gotta look at attraction as the pieces that will bring a woman to you. Like, as a man, what brings, what a woman does to attract us to them is her body, her looks, her physique, things of that nature. For a woman, we have to sit there and look at what does a woman truly desire. So the first thing you're gonna think is money, status, your success, and maybe your physique. So that's a good starting place, But my only issue with those things is that, especially from the money perspective, a lot of that is, is out of a lot of people's control in the immediacy of it all. Like, you can get money over time and build your wealth over time, but for you to feel as though you need that to be attractive, you're truly doing yourself a disservice. You know what I mean? And that's really the case. That's really something to think about. You know what I'm saying? So I want you all to begin to tap into this understanding now. So when we talk about being attractive as a man, it first is about your energy and your appearance, your look and your energy. It's about how you carry yourself. I'm at a stage, I know some guys might be like, oh, well, you're XYZ, you're tall, you got these looks. What about me? I got bumps, I got pimples, I got I'm short, I'm balding. Okay, but let me tell you, that's a starting point. Where are you going to end up at? Now, the game is neutral in a certain regard, meaning it don't matter if you're the ugliest dude or the most handsome dude. In most cases, women aren't just approaching you. That's normally not the case. I know guys that are the biggest pretty boys in the world, and they're not getting no action. I know dudes that is, when we was in college, there was college football players playing D1, and I went to a big university. I went to a state university, and these dudes wasn't getting no action. So, and you wonder, why aren't they getting action? They got the status. I know dudes that was playing football not getting no action. If it was about the money, I know dudes that have money that ain't getting no girls. I've been out in the field, a lot of the clients I work with and that I've worked with have money, and they're, struggling. So let me give you a mental shift. You have one aspect where you're focused on approaches. But see, the good part about that is the way that I teach it is that when you're focused on approaches, you're not focused on any individual girl. You're focused on meeting the numbers, so it becomes bigger than one girl, right? So that's the yang, that's the masculine. Now, when we talk about women should chase you, this is the higher level now, because now it's about valuing yourself. It's about beginning to shine the light and love and admire yourself. And this goes deeper than just having a woman chase you. This is the path to self love, self appreciation, and self investment. Like, you have to invest in yourself, not just financially by buying clothes and things like that. It's mental first, you got to understand the qualities about yourself that are special. And I know this is hard because a lot of guys are coming from a place of scarcity. But let me tell you, the more women you deal with, the more women you talk to, you start to realize that, and this can go both ways, but I'm talking to the guys right now a little bit more. The more women you talk to, the more you realize that they really don't have much to give you on the front end. Once she loves you and all of that, okay, she's gonna invest more. But on the front end, she expects you to do stuff. And when you tap into being attractive, when you tap into making a woman chase, you're tapping into making yourself the flyest thing that you can be, And this is where it becomes an art form. Because a woman should chase you, but it requires a certain level of abundance to be able to really have a woman chase you. Guys do these videos and say, oh, have her chase you. But then the question I would ask, they're saying, yeah, she should chase you. But it's like, who are you, though? Why should she chase you? What do you look like? What's your style? You know what I mean? How's your mind? Because I would like to start with the mind. I mean, if you're a man with depth, with knowledge, with wisdom, if you have a peaceful spirit, if you have a loving spirit, then only certain women should have access to you. Like, you don't have to be out here for everybody. And so I want to give y'all some tips to keep in mind that's going to automatically make you attractive just from that's going to make a woman chase you from a mental perspective. So number one, you have to get past her looks being the be all say all. You have to realize that her looks are a ploy, or like a thing, is what she uses to manipulate. And it's really fantasy. It's men get caught into fantasy. And what you'll notice is you'll see a direct correlation between a man being in fantasy when dealing with a woman and him being manipulated. To the degree that you are fantasizing about a woman, whether having her as your girlfriend or sexually, is to the degree that you have less power and that she can control you. So you number one, want to be very realistic, and you want to bring women down to earth. And I think that's one of the benefits of the different communities out there that talk about male and female nature, is it lets guys really hear some hard truths about female nature that help taper down that fantasy. So first, you got to deal with the dark side of women. You got to melt the illusions that are making you want to chase these girls so bad. Because what you'll find out is, I'll tell you from my personal experience dealing with most women, like, bro, they have nothing to bring you. I mean, it's chaos. They waste your time. They're time wasters. They're like energy vampires to a degree. I'm gonna say they're energy drainers. They're energy takers. They'll take your energy, and you'll end up in a 5-hour conversation just talking about anything. Like, they'll have you talking about stupid. Like, you'll be talking to a girl, and you're like, what are we talking about? So, first and foremost, you gotta really break down. You gotta really judge a woman as a person, like, not as this pretty girl, this fantasy that's messing with your mind. you got to look at her like, hold on, how is she as an actual person? And what you'll realize is like, if you really look at the truth, you realize like, what is she? What is she really doing in my life? I guess that's special. Like, she's probably either gonna be really quiet or she's gonna talk about a lot of stupid stuff. Either way, like, she's not really bringing nothing. You'll be the main one bringing conversation. You'll be the main one. You're gonna be the main one paying for the dates if you go on a date. You'll be the main one having to set things up. So you begin to realize, like, what am I doing all of this for? So that's number one. You gotta really break out of the fantasy and realize, like, what am I really trying to get these women for? You know, you have to kind of become a little bit like, it's not worth it. You gotta really judge it, you know? And then you gotta set yourself with a standard of, okay, you know, they aren't bringing much to the table, right? Now, you have to then ask yourself, what am I bringing to the table? You gotta really understand your qualities. Like, hold on, are you a conversationalist? Are you funny? Are you really smart? You know, do you make money? Are you a breadwinner? Are you very stylish? Do you have a good friend circle? Are you just a good person internally? You know what I'm saying? These things are what is gonna help you understand that, like, hold on, who's really helping who, or who's really bringing what to the table? Like, what are your looks? What do your looks mean when I'm the one bringing all of the intangibles? You know, so that's big. You have to begin to lower down. You have to take her off the pedestal. You know, that's very important. Now, another thing, if you want to have women chase you have to begin to look at the archetype that you desire to be. And you have to really move toward that. You have to really take a liking to who you are. You have to like yourself. You know, if you don't love the archetype that you're becoming, then you know, this isn't going to be successful. Why would anybody chase something that's undesirable? Like, you can't sell a commodity or a product if it's not something that you believe in is very valuable. You see, once you have something of value and you know it's valuable for people, all you do is you just strut it out there. You put it in people's faces. It's like auto-suggestion. You're putting it in their face so they can be like, what's that? So with women, it's the same thing. It's like you're moving around, you're doing things, you know what I mean? But it's like, what's your style, you know? All it takes is a fur coat to make people turn heads, you know? All it takes is a really bright colored shirt. If you wear a bright yellow shirt, you know, that's gonna get people's attention. So you wanna treat it like you're attracting anything. It's like, what's gonna make people look longer, you know? So if you want women to chase, you want to have emblems and trinkets and things that have symbolic meaning that's going to make them look twice. You know, this is how women start to open up conversations. They call it like peacocking back in the day with old game terminology. Is like, you know, having pieces. You might have a bright ass earring or whatever. You know what I mean? But you want to have things that stand out. You want to have things that capture their attention. So that's gonna allow them just to, you know, look longer. You know what I mean? You gotta view yourself in a way and move in a way where you're, where you look distinguished. You look like you're doing something with your life. Because, you know, if you're moving with purpose, you know, that's gonna capture people's attention as well, and it's gonna be felt in your energy. There's very much an internal psychology that comes with having women chase you. When you talk to yourself, you gotta view yourself highly. You gotta be like, God damn, I'm looking fly. Like, when I step outside, God damn, I'm that motherfucker. It's the little victories, like walking down the street. A beautiful woman's walking down the street. You see her. She's looking like, oh, she's expecting you to be all on her jock. And just being able to walk past her and be like, I'm not even gonna say nothing to her. I'm fly as fuck. Like you gotta really be in your own world, you know? You gotta really be in your own world, you know? You have your world, she's in her own world being the most beautiful chick out there. And then you two both exist in this world. That's what the world you share. And in this world, they're validating her. So it's 2 against 1, right? So think about the level of confidence and the level of absorption you have to have in your world in order for the gravity to shift to where you're pulling the environment and the woman toward you. See, women pick up on energy. They know if someone feels as though that he has certain qualities. And I know this is hard because when you go out in the field, to be honest, just because you think you're all that and just because you want women to chase you, they're not gonna chase. They're not gonna do nothing. Like, women very much are absorbed in their own world. They don't go out of their box, right? But if you really, look fly, like if you really wear things that make you stand out, if you really walk like you're that dude, if you really believe in your mind that you're the most attractive being there is, you know, the universe has no choice but to align with what your mind is thinking. So you can't look at yourself as low value and like, oh, I'm so stupid, or what am I wearing, and then think you're gonna have women chase you. No, women are gonna chase you, you know what I mean, because they feel as though you're very valuable. They feel as though you're a commodity. And that goes to my next point. Demonstrating higher value. You know, you gotta speak from a level of value. You gotta move from a level of value. You gotta see yourself at your highest point. And before you even get to that point, you gotta move that way now. You know, like I would ask, imagine yourself right now at your most successful, at your most flyest level. If I told you right now you got millions of dollars, you're one of the top most attractive men of the year, you know, and somebody might be like, well, that's not me. Well, then this isn't gonna work. Then you cannot have women chase you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sell you a dream. You gotta tap in. You gotta buy into what I'm saying. It's not about the looks and money. It's a mentality. It's the way you carry yourself, and it's the way you communicate. You could be a short 5'2" ugly guy, but if you walk in with a let's say you walk in with this clean outfit that's bright, you walk in confident, you sit down, like, yeah, let me get a drink. So they're looking like, who's this little 5'2" dude over here thinking he's all that? And then you're like, man, you know, yeah, I've been having some real serious business meetings lately. It's a lot of money on the line. You know, say you talk to the bartender. It's a lot of money on the line. So I'm in the meantime just trying to take a break for a second, man. I'm getting back to it in a little bit. If she overhears that, you don't think she hears that? It's like, oh, okay. See, now we have attraction. You know what I'm saying? What we have to understand about a woman chasing you is that she's gonna chase what she doesn't have. You know what I mean? If she is missing something in her life that you can provide, she's gonna chase. You know, if you're giving off an energy that she desires, she's gonna chase. So when you're moving out in the world, you're moving with confidence, you're moving with strength, you're moving with power, and then you communicate in a way where you're always communicating high value things. Like, man, I just got back from LA, beautiful time. You know, you might just talk to somebody walking by. Let's say you're approaching a girl, she don't know nothing about you, and you want to get her. Because the stuff I was just saying right there with just higher value speaking is really good when you're in a social environment. Let's say you're walking on the street, you know, and there's somebody there, and you want to say something, you know. To be honest, I would suggest, honestly, like, when you're really having women chase you, you don't do approaches. Like, it's a different mind state. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta ask you, do you want women to chase you? Or are you trying to get women? I'm gonna tell you right now, when you get enough women, that's when women chase you, because you don't care to get a lot of women at that point. So they have to chase you. You know, like, let's say you're on the dating apps. You don't message them. You just match with them and you let it sit there till one of them message you. You have to begin to value the woman that desire you more so than the woman that you desire. You have to want to be pursued more so than the pursuer. You have to want to get chosen and fuck with the girls that fuck with you versus trying to go out and find the girls that you fantasize about. You see, if you want to be chosen, if you want to be chased, then you have to fuck with the girls that want you really bad. And you have to let go of the girls that are 50-50 or below. You know, you don't do no convincing when you're getting chased. That kills it. You don't do nothing. You got to be the most comfortable dude being by yourself. You got to be a dude that's not pressed to mess with a lot of girls. You got to listen to information where a woman is like, it's explaining to you the BS that they give you. You know what I mean? You gotta look at it like women are a burden, because they are, to be honest, which is the crazy thing. They are a burden. They're a blessing. They're beautiful. They're, you know, a beautiful thing on the planet, but they're a burden too, though, to a man. Like, they're a burden, and they're gonna fucking shake your world. Look at my video where I talk about, do you really want a girlfriend? I got a part 1 and a part 2. Do you really want a girlfriend? A girlfriend's beautiful. I love my girl, but I'm saying, like, it takes skill to keep a relationship. So do you really want to put yourself in that position? Are you ready for those tests? Are you ready for those arguments? Are you ready for those energy, mood swings she gives you? So you got to enjoy where you are. You got to really enjoy where you are. And here's the last thing I'm going to say, that's really the biggest part of it all. You got to make your life the party. You got to make your life the hot spot. Because it don't matter what you look like, how you are, what you do. If you live a very rich, happy life, and if you're moving towards doing dope things, you might be a dude that puts on events. You might be a dude that's working on a business. You might be a dude that's working on music. You might be someone that loves to travel, you know? These are the things that's gonna make your life rich, that are gonna have women be like, that see you on social media, that see you on the apps, that see you just in life. They're gonna see you in different elements. Like, don't just stay in your hometown. Go out and travel. Go to different places. And women are going to see, like, where's he from? He looks different. What's he about? And women are going to chase you because you're going to look like you're enjoying your life. Have a great friend circle. Like, go out, you know, and enjoy yourself. Enjoy time by yourself in the house. Like, once your life individually is rich, at that point, you just go out and just stay high vibration, and women have no choice but to come to you. And what's going to make them chase you is they're going to see that you really have no desire to chase them. They're going to see that, like, you know, let me put it like this. This is big. It's a mindset shift, meaning all your energy is going into now. If you want women to chase you, all your energy has to go into how to make myself the best. How to be the cutest person I can be. You got to focus on, like, right, I'm all about me. My clothes, my outfits, my look, my haircuts, my designs. Like, you have to begin to obsess on yourself. Like, if you look at women, they're looking at the mirror, putting makeup on. They're buying clothes. Like, their whole game is focused on beauty. Oh, I got to work out. I got to do this. I got to have this kind of mascara. You got to think the same way, just in a man way. Okay, I got to make sure I got my hair a certain way. I got to make sure I shave. I gotta make sure I get a clean cut. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys out there, man, y'all haven't gotten a haircut, or not even a haircut, because I keep your hair. I'm talking about like a trim up, just like your beard. A lot of y'all just been out here thugging it, and it's like, yo, clean up a little bit and you'll do magic. Like, some girls be like, oh, you actually shaved this stuff. She's chasing you right there a little bit. She's coming to you. You have to begin to focus on, oh, like, okay, now when I go to the bar, how can I get these girls to walk up to me? You got to think like that. You can't think like, how do I get them? You got to think, how do I get them to chase me? Okay, I'm going to stand like this and do this. I'm going to talk to people. Okay, she's still not chasing me? Cool. What else can I do? Like, you have to begin to, that's how women think. They're like, all right, how can I get him to pay attention to me? That's how you got to think. You got to think, what are the things I can do to get women to chase me? And I'll finish it like this because I don't want it to be too long. When I decided, like, I remember, man, I was in college, and I remember, you know, when I first went to school, a lot of women was on my line, heavy. This is when I went to college, like, and the girls was very, I'll just put it like this, a lot of girls was chasing. And I noticed that at that point, I didn't have a lot of game. But what I did know was, so because I didn't have a lot of game and verbal game, I was just, my focus was like, all right, how can I be the, how can I get this girl to come up to me? Because I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I was best if, okay, we're in a social circle, somebody introduces us, but I'm like, damn, how do I get this girl to come to me? Because I don't really, I'm not about to holler at her unless I feel like it, unless, I'm out or we at the bar or we drinking and I'm feeling good. Otherwise, like, how can I get her to come to me? And I tell you, years and years later, I learned all this game and I approach all these women and I get all these women. And then after doing all of that, I was like, man, I want to go back to that same spot I was at before when I wasn't the pursuer. I want to be the attractor again, because that was a beautiful place to be. And what you'll find is that women will come out the woodworks when they see that, you're not, that you're putting them in a position where they got to make a move. And they'll put you in, and I look back, I'm like, damn, I was in so many scenarios where women just laid out the opportunity for me to have them. I had girls, this girl like you and this girl like you. Or they'll just be with you in isolation, like, basically like, okay, can you please just take me and just do what you want with me? Because they won't say it, but it's quiet. You two sit next to each other, she's just like, okay, take me. Because she's like, this dude did not make a move. This dude is just kicking it, and you force them to have to take action to be with you. So this is big. If you want women to chase you, you have to get into the mindset of the attractor. You have to get into the mindset of being chased, of being selected. And you have to veer away from being a pursuer. You have to really focus on being the cutest. I know that's a female word, like cutest, but girls will say a dude is cute, like the most, focus on being attractive. Focus on being the one that's pursued. Put your energy toward, how do I get these girls to come to me? And the more you focus on that, you're gonna begin, and let a lot of things miss you. Like, you see a girl walking by, whatever. Now, of course, to finish it off, that's what most guys are doing, right? So you everybody wants to be the one that's chosen, that they're selected. So you're gonna be like at the bar with all the other guys waiting for girls to talk to them. And you probably gonna see the dude that I've been walking up to girls getting at them, and you might be like, damn, he's over here having his way. But I want you to know, if you're newer in the game, you need to approach. Don't even worry about this if you're newer in the game, because why you focus on being attractive and having girls come to you, and you don't even have the willpower and dominance to get a woman with will and masculine energy. So I'm gonna tell you, don't worry about that. But if you're a dude that is an attractive guy, or you pretty good with women, you want women to chase you, or if you're a guy who hasn't been having success chasing women and you want them to chase you, begin to get in the perspective of being the more of the selector, weeding out women, realizing their faults and weaknesses, and really focusing on who's the girl that's gonna fuck with me. She might not be the baddest girl, she might not be the coolest girl, she might not be the one that everybody's talking about, but you gotta fuck with who fucks with you. And that's how you get chosen. And the more you do that and have more women that you fuck with at your level, more women are gonna begin to come chasing you at higher and higher levels, because they see you're content. So you gotta be content and happy within. And you gotta be the life of the party. You gotta be that party. It's like heat. The more fire that you have and the more energy, the more people are gonna be attracted to the fire. You gotta be the energy. You gotta be the life. So with that being said, these are some tips for you to be chosen. And this is how she's gonna chase you. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the Patreon. Visit your 5dtransformations@gmail.com if you want to ask any questions or set up a consultation or any coaching. And I got free consultations going on for about a 10-minute call, about a 20-minute call. This is temporary. But if you want to interested in that or have any questions, send them that way. Appreciate y'all listening. We'll talk soon. Peace.